Hi guys, it's Greg Narayan, and I want to do a tutorial for beginners today on how to edit WordPress themes and how to install them in the first place. So I am right here with you in our hosting cPanel, and we're about to install WordPress, and then we're going to log in and then make some changes. So the worst thing that can happen when you install WordPress is that you don't know how to change the appearance, or things aren't working, or you bought a theme that just looked a certain way and you have no idea how to get it there. So that's what we're going to cover here, and I hope that you feel comfortable and satisfied with your WordPress choice. Okay. So we have to pick our site, and I'm going to put WordPress on justademo.com. And you probably already went through this, but figured we would just start on the same page. Alright, that stuff doesn't matter too much. And we're going to install WordPress. Okay, because the domain was registered a while ago, things should have already propagated and we should be ready to log in, I hope. I'm going to copy my password and make our login attempt. And then we'll see our new WordPress installation. Alright, we are in. We can look at the site. And I have a long list here of a bunch of things we are going to change. So I'm just going to pull them up on my iPhone. Alright. Okay. So here's the 2014 theme. It is a great theme. It's known to be good for photographers and image galleries and artists. But it's a very generic theme, and in general you don't want to use the standard WordPress themes, whether it's 2014, 2015, 2016, 2012, or whatever. So let's get ourselves a new theme and let's install a new theme. To do that, we can click on the dashboard button up in the upper left, and then we can just go to appearance and we can go to themes. Okay. So we have 3 themes here that WordPress comes pre-installed with, and if we want a new one, we can just click Add New. Alright, and I'm not going to upload anything. One way to get a theme is to buy it or download it from a website and then upload it right here in a zip file. But I'm going to browse and get one of the themes that's already baked into WordPress. Alright. And I'm going to go for one that I know is really good for beginners and lets you do a lot of features. So this one is called Simple Catch. I reckon this will be a good theme for this tutorial. And here it is. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of themes you can choose from in WordPress. And to install them, you can just do a search right here in the Add Themes area, and then you can just install or preview just with these buttons right here, the blue or the white button. Alright, so 3 themes I recommend are these 3, but I'm gonna go with Simple Catch for right now. So I'm just gonna click the blue button to install it. We can just install it like that, and then we can click Activate. And then right away, if we check out our site, it looks way different, right? So it still doesn't look good at all, and we can't leave it like this. So let's start making some customizations. Alright, first I'm just going to give us a new post and a new page so we can see how those sort of come into play. Alright. So I'm going to go to New Post. You can also go to Posts over here on the left. And I'm just going to call this one New Post. Alright, and then I need some text. So I'm just going to get some lorem ipsum. Alright. Just get some dummy text for our post, some Latin, and throw it in there. Alright, so now we have this, and I'm going to add a category on the right. Posts are usually grouped into categories, and categories are good for menus, which we'll see soon. So I'm just going to put, outdoors as my category. Cool. Alright, that looks good to me. So I'm just going to publish the post, and then we'll see what happened on our new WordPress website. Alright, so let's click this View Post button. And we can see that the new post is now right here. So that's pretty cool. We have some content up for the world to see, but there's no image. So if I want to put an image on the post, then we can go back to the post editor, and that image is called a feature image right here, a featured image. So we can set the featured image, and then I'm going to want to get us some media files. So I'm going to get us an image, and I'm just going to go with one of my images. Let's see what this one is. This is some grapes from a previous tutorial, and I'll get the grapes. This is kind of nice because it goes with our outdoors theme, and it's taking a little while because this image is actually humongous. So we're going to put that in right here next to the text. Alright, this thing is way too big. I should have chosen a smaller one, but I'm going to click Set Featured Image, and there we have it. And then I'm also going to do one more thing, which is turn the comments on, because I want to get comments to build some social proof. Okay? So we see we can't control comments from here, which is kind of weird. But if we click on Screen Options, and then Discussion, we get this cool little comments allowing area. So I'm going to allow comments. Trackbacks and pingbacks we can leave for later on. Alright, now that we've updated our post, I'm going to refresh it. And, alright, here's the post. Okay. There's no image in the post, but we can have comments now. But on our home page, if we click right here, we now have an image. Alright, so that featured image will show up right here on the home page. And if we want an image in the post, we got to make a little space for it. And we got to put the image in manually right here. That's pretty easy. You just go to Add Media, and then we can choose our grapes and insert them. And I am actually going to make that, that is a big image. Alright, so I'm just going to delete that image because it's way too big. But if you want to put an image in your post, you just slide it in right here or maybe below the text, and you get the picture. Okay, update post. Alright, next up I want to make a new page. So a page is a lot like a post, but it won't generally show up on the home page like this in your entry section. So let's see what happens when we make a new page. I'm just going to do the same thing, but choose page in our drop down, and then put in some content. We can go to the text editor here. I actually like the text editor a little more than visual, but that's just because I've used WordPress for a long time. And I'm going to upload an image for our page. Alright. So I'm going to upload this image here, and that is a picture of tennis player Maria Sharapova. And now here in attachment display settings, we can make the image smaller. So we need to make it smaller so it fits on this page. 1024 pixels is what those are, would be too many. So I'll choose medium and alignment of none. Alright. And then I'm just going to insert right there. So there's our image in the visual view, and there's our image in the text view. And that's pretty cool. Pages also have something called attributes, alright? So there are templates that you might want to choose from over here, which could give your page a different layout just by choosing one. Alright, sometimes you'll have something like full width or contact form or what have you, but for this tutorial we're just going to stick with default, and I'm just going to publish our page. Alright, so now that our page is published, we can refresh the site and let's see if anything changed. Alright, so the new page just sort of came in right here in our menu. So that's pretty cool. We can get to the page just by clicking that button. Here's our page with Sharapova and our content, and it's looking a little better. But what we really want to do to make our site searchable for all our readers is to create a menu. And the menu is going to go right here, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So we can go to Appearance and Menus to set up a menu. And this is something every site needs. It's just a really staple feature. So we'll start off by naming a menu. I'm just going to call this main navigation and create it. We can just click that blue create button. Alright, so that's pretty cool. And now we already have 3 menu tabs. We have a home tab, which is good. We have our new page, and we have a sample page. And I'm going to remove this tab by just clicking remove, and it goes away. And then I want to put in a category into our menu. So I want that outdoors category to be in the menu so people can read any posts that fall into that outdoors category. Alright, so how do we do that? So to do that, we can click on the categories option, check outdoors, and then we can click add to menu. Alright, bada boom, outdoors appears right there, and I'm going to make it capitalized so they look consistent, and then I'm just going to close this. Okay, and now I'm going to save the menu. Alright, so the last step for our menu right now is going to be to choose the location on our theme. So theme location's down here. If you make a menu and you create it and you save it and it's not showing up, then that might be because you didn't choose a location. So let's choose primary menu, and then let's save the menu. Alright, so let's go check out our changes now. We're going to refresh this site, and we have our beautiful new menu here that will let our users skip around the site a lot easier. Alright, so now we have a new post, a new page, and a new menu. Okay, so why don't we learn how to create a logo for this theme? A logo. Alright, so we have this default logo over here, and we have this text, which is, decent, but I want a custom logo of our own. Alright, to get that logo, I'm going to go to a site called dryicons.com, just a little hidden gem on the web. And they actually have a bunch of free icons and logos that you can put up on your site. Alright, so the logo I want is called male-female comments, I believe. Pretty random image, but it is this one right here. Okay, so we could grab any of these, or something completely different. And, just for fun, why don't we grab this one. Alright, and I'm going to download this logo. Guess it's an icon, a logo, icon, same thing. This is free license, so that's great. And then once we download it, we can open it up. So we see it in my Chrome downloads over here, and to use it on our website, we need to open it, aka unzip it. Alright, so let's take a look at that. So we can open it up. I want a PNG, and I think I want the big ones. I want this one. It's 128 pixels by 128 pixels. Pretty cool. And I'm just gonna upload that right from WordPress. Okay. So how do we do that? How do we get that logo that we just downloaded from the web to our computer? How do we get that back up onto the web, onto our website? How do we make it our own? All right. So to do that, we're gonna go over back to Appearance, and then we're gonna click on Theme Options. Theme Options is a feature that a lot of themes come with nowadays. If you find you've installed a theme and it doesn't come with a theme options, then you're generally going to have to do more work on your own, more custom designing, maybe a little bit of coding. So if you don't have a theme options, I really suggest you find a free theme that does have theme options. Okay. If you paid for your theme, there's a really high chance it's going to have theme options, but it's just a really really necessary feature to make things easier on you. All right, so in theme options, we can click logo options, and then we can just change the header logo. All right, so we obviously want to change it. Just going to click change. All right, very cool. And now I'm going to add media files from our computer. That's where that logo got downloaded right to our computer. So I'm just going to find my downloads, open this up, and I'm going to open up the big logo. I want it nice and big. It's crunching, making it the right size. And last step is to click Insert into Post. All right. So the nice thing about this theme is there's this logo adder right here, this nice logo setup area. Now that that's there, I'm just going to save. But before I save, I'm actually going to put this logo in the footer too. All right. So same process. However, now the logo is in Media Library, so we don't have to upload it again, which is nice. I can just show it in our Media Library, and then once again, click Insert into Post. So you get the picture, and then we can save. Alright, now that I saved it, cool. Alright, now that I've saved our settings, why don't we refresh this site so we can do that. And we have a nice site-wide change here. Now the logo is right here, and it will show up wherever we are on our new WordPress website. Alright, so how do we change this text? How do we make this say something different? So to do that, very important step, we're going to go back to our dashboard and go to Settings and General Settings. Alright, so we're just going to do this, and then we're going to have some more fun with social media. Alright, so maybe I want to call this something like, my new blog, and I want to change the tagline too. So I'll say something like, thanks for stopping by. Alright, and while we're here, okay, I'm going to show you one other trick, which is to put a www in there. To put that www for a World Wide Web in your website, you just change it in these two sections right here, these two input boxes. Do make sure you change both of them and they look exactly the same, otherwise you're going to have problems and you're going to be commenting and searching the web for tutorials. I'm happy to help if that's the case, but save yourself a headache by keeping those exactly the same. Alright, and then we'll just save changes. Okay, it looks like we have to log in again, alright, which is no problem. It's a good thing I have our password right here. Alright, and then we can see that we now have a new title on our site, which is great. Okay? So we've done a lot so far. We have added a new post, a new page, a image, a featured image. We've created a custom menu, and we've added a logo, and we've also changed the site title and the tagline. Okay? So now I think it's time we add some social media to the site. And to do that, I'm going to go back to the dashboard and back to theme options where most of the fun takes place. And in theme options, we are going to go to the, where are we going to go? Social links. Social links, okay? So your theme might have this, it might not, might have something similar, or you could just get this exact theme and then you'd be sure you have it. But this is how we're going to add social media. So I'm just going to write in my Facebook page that I use and my Twitter handle. Alright, feel free to check those out if you have time. And then I'm going to click on the save. Alright, so once we click save, we can check out our site. And we now have these two little icons over here for social media. We could certainly have more if we filled in all these blanks. We could have all sorts of social media buttons. But personally, I like to keep it simple so people know which ones to click on. Alright, on that same subject of social media, I want to help you upload a plugin now. Our very first plugin to the site. And that is going to be done over here in plugins. Okay? So what a plugin does is it extends the functionality of WordPress. So WordPress can't do everything by default, but good thing is there are developers that build plugins, and WordPress builds plugins too, and just lets you do more. And you know, at this point you can do pretty much anything you can imagine with the help of a plugin. So I'm going to search for a social media plugin, and this is the name of it right here. And then to get it onto the site, we can install it inline. We can click install now and then just click OK. So now we have to activate it. And I think you're going to see this plugin is really fun. Alright. While we're here in our plugins area though, I'm going to activate the spam protector called Akismet. Alright. And I'm going to activate Hello Dolly, just a nice plugin by the WordPress founder, Matt Mullenweg. And alright, I'm also just going to deactivate this one. Deactivating and deleting plugins you don't need will help your site run faster. Okay, so we're going to delete that. And that's pretty neat. Alright, so lastly, I'm just going to update all of our plugins. Just by doing that, that will ensure that our site runs even faster, and we can return to our plugins page now that the updates have all gone through. And I'm going to delete Mojo. So just a little bit of housekeeping, you know, just some basics that you're going to want to take care of when you have time. We'll take a look at the site, and it looks like nothing changed, but if we go to our post, our new post, we now have this social sharing area above the post, this little panel. So that's really cool. I could actually +1 it right here, or I could like it, you know, or I could even tweet it right from here. And if you want to control those settings on your plugin, then you just go over to settings, and now we got an additional setting for TF Social Share, which stands for Twitter, Facebook. So that's pretty fun. I can uncheck maybe some other ones if I don't want them. And then we can choose where this plugin appears and where it appears on the post. You know, we can have it above and below so there's a greater chance that someone will share it. We can customize the border, and then we can save the changes. Alright? So now if I refresh our new post, we'll see that it looks a little cooler. There's still this background, so we might want to get rid of that, but you get the idea. Alright, so now we have a plugin and it's working. We can use it just like this. Okay, so now that we know that, alright, I think we've learned a lot, and we're approaching the end of this tutorial, but I want to help you with a couple more things. Alright, so just some little things. Let's take a look at how to edit the sidebar. Alright, the sidebar area. This is something that'll be consistent for nearly all WordPress themes, and we're going to go to Appearance and Widgets to edit the sidebar. Widgets. Okay, so this is everything in our sidebar in Widgets. Alright, pretty decent. But we don't have very many posts, so I'm going to delete the recent posts just by doing that. And we don't have any comments, so we can just delete that too. In general, you don't really want to show off content that you don't have. Sounds simple, but a lot of people mess it up. And yeah, alright. So now that we've done that, keep your eye on the sidebar when we refresh our post. And it got a lot simpler. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Okay, a couple other details I want to show you on this post. I don't usually like having the date up here in the link. Alright, this is just a minor theme edit, but having a date up there will sort of outdate your posts over time, and Google likes things to be really current. So if you go to Settings and Permalinks, then we can actually just choose a post name structure, which is simple, and Google likes simple. So we can save changes, and that's really cool. So now our post is not found, which is not very cool. Alright, so let's go back to the home page, and let's see if that worked. Alright, great. So we just changed our permalink up here, and it's a lot more simple. Ideally, you want to have keywords instead of here, instead of some words like new post, and you want to have keywords in the title as well. Alright, just a little SEO tip for ya. Alright, very cool. I'm going to show you two more little things, two little minor style and design facets of your new site. First is in theme options. We are going to change this little continue reading button. Okay, so I'm just going to change that. Down here in the excerpt more tag settings, and I'm just going to write alright, finish this post. Alright, you can also change how long the excerpt is, which is the blurb that we see right here. So if we refresh, now we've changed this part of our theme, our site, which is cool. A little another piece of customization for you. And I want to give us a fave icon. Alright, so what's a fave icon? And we'll see in a second. Alright, so I'm just going to give us the logo again, and insert into post for our fave icon. Then we can save it, and now that should show up in the browser tab up here, so that when someone has a lot of tabs open, maybe they're hopping around in the web and one of the tabs is your blog, then they will know that your blog is that tab, in fact. Alright, so I think this one should change up here. Might change in a moment. Might have to refresh a couple times. Might even have to click delete cache. Oh, well, of course we had disabled our fave icon here, and I'm going to uncheck that, and then we can save. And let's see what we have. If we refresh our site, we have this nice little wait for it. There he is, our little icon up here. So again, just a way of branding our new website, which is really important over time as you start building your audience. Alright, that does it. I hope you enjoyed this theme on how to install and edit your WordPress theme. You are now more powerful than the average bear, the average WordPress user, or at least a beginner. And I hope you do wonderful things with your new WordPress. Make sure to post a comment and make sure to hit the like button, and I'd be happy to help you with any questions because I really enjoyed making this. Alright guys, see you later.